Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And boy, it was a beautiful fall day all across north central Washington today. A mix of both clouds and sun. We did see a little bit of a breeze here in the Wenatchee area. It was breezier in other portions of our area. In fact, we saw some wind gusts around 25 miles an hour, but I still think our windier days are coming up this weekend on Sunday and into Halloween Monday, where we could see wind gusts between 30 and 40 miles an hour. And of course, the weekend is upon us. Saturday looks nice, partly to mostly cloudy. We'll see high temperatures mainly in the mid 50s, maybe some upper 50s on Saturday, and then big weather changes as we get you into Sunday. And we'll talk more about that coming up in your weather forecast a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. The average price of a gallon of unleaded gasoline is back under $5 a gallon in Washington state, though we continue to pay far more for gas than most of the rest of the country. All fire restrictions in Chelan County will expire tomorrow. And the Wenatchee School Board has hired an Omaha, Nebraska recruitment firm to assist in its search for a new superintendent. But first, our top story tonight, travel on Highway 24 south of Desert Air was disrupted for several hours yesterday morning after wind blew a semi off the roadway and onto its side. Washington State Patrol Trooper Colin Camarval said 31-year-old Alfredo Diaz Sosa was driving the semi eastbound about 10:48 a.m. when a wind gust knocked the vehicle off the roadway. Camarval said the semi was hauling apples that had to be unloaded before it could be righted. Sosa experienced back pain following that accident, but his condition is not currently known. Well, the average price of a gallon of unleaded gasoline is back under $5 a gallon in Washington state, though we continue to pay far more for gas than most of the rest of the country. AAA says the price per gallon in Washington state has fallen 19 cents in the past week, from $5.13 a gallon to $4.94. The average price per gallon nationally is $3.76 per gallon. AAA says Chelan County's average price per gallon is $4.79. Prices in the valley have fluctuated widely much of the summer and early fall after peaking at a record high of $5.44 a gallon back on June 17th. All fire restrictions in Chelan County will expire tomorrow. Chelan County Fire Marshal Stephen Rinaldi also announced the fire hazard level will be reduced from high to moderate in both valley and mountain zones until November 4th. Fire officials said safety precautions should still be followed when burning yard debris, and that includes keeping your burn piles small and manageable, choosing a safe burning site, having a means to extinguish the fire, and never leaving a fire unattended. It's unusual for fire restrictions to remain in Chelan County past October 1st. Chelan County Code calls for any imposed travel and activity restrictions related to wildfire season to expire usually in the unincorporated areas on October 1st. However, the county announced late last month that restrictions would remain in place because of the ongoing dry conditions and lack of rain. Well, the Wenatchee School Board has hired an Omaha, Nebraska recruitment firm to assist in its search for a new superintendent. The school board agreed this week to pay McPherson and Jacobson $26,000 for its services in that search. Superintendent Paul Gordon resigned last spring to take a job in Illinois after 3 years leading the district. Bill Eagle has been serving as interim superintendent through a contract with the North Central Education Service District. The board hopes to hire a new superintendent by next spring. Well, when we come back, a hazardous tree and brush removal project will slow traffic on Blewett Pass beginning on Monday. Lake Chelan Health is offering guided tours of the city's new hospital next Tuesday ahead of the scheduled opening of the new hospital on November 7th. The first of 4 planned workshops designed to boost tourism in north central Washington will be next Wednesday at the Confluence Technology Center in Wenatchee. And Senator Brad Hawkins is being recognized for his efforts to support Washington agriculture. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Hi, I'm John Volan, and I'm asking for your vote to become the next district court judge for Chelan County. I'm the only candidate on the ballot with experience from the bench as a pro tem judge. I also have over 2 decades of practice as a trial lawyer. And I'm the only candidate asked by the sitting judge to serve as his replacement. Vote for experience, fairness, and compassion. Vote John Volan for Chelan County District Court Judge.
Paid for by the committee to elect John Volan for District Court Judge.
You've got a lot to do today. While you're out and about, remember to dispose of your unused medications safely and anonymously. It's a simple act that makes your home a safer place. Next time you're at the pharmacy, just place them in the drop box. To find a location, visit medproject.org.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Mary Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Mary Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Mary Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Welcome back. In another news, a hazardous tree and brush removal project will slow traffic on Blewett Pass beginning Monday. The Washington State Department of Transportation said the work along Highway 97 will be from Liberty Road to the Summit. The tree and brush removal by a WashDOT contractor will be from 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday, with flaggers controlling traffic. Delays of 20 minutes are expected. Lake Chelan Health is offering guided tours of the city's new hospital next Tuesday ahead of the scheduled opening of the new hospital coming up on November 7th. The first tour will begin at noon and the second at 6 p.m. Anyone is welcome to attend and no registration is required. The new $44.5 million hospital is located at 110 South Apple Blossom Drive. In 2017, voters in the hospital district approved a $20 million bond to help pay for that new facility. Well, the first of 4 planned workshops designed to boost tourism in north central Washington will be next Wednesday at the Confluence Technology Center in Wenatchee. State of Washington Tourism is partnering with the NCW Economic Development District on the workshops with the goal of creating a shared vision on how to best promote a thriving and sustainable tourism and outdoor recreation economy for the region. 2 future workshops will be held in Twisp and a 4th in Nespelem. People interested in being a part of this effort can register for any of the workshops at crosscurrentcollective.com. Well, Senator Brad Hawkins is being recognized for his efforts to support Washington agriculture. Hawkins, who serves the 12th District, has been named a 2022 Champion of Agriculture by the Washington Farm Bureau. The Bureau says Hawkins received a 100% on their annual vote record for continued support and dedication to the agricultural industry. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
I'm Kim Schreier, and I approve this message.
Over 500,000 veterans call Washington State home, and many depend on the VA for their health care. But Matt Larkin told voters he wants to defund the VA completely. And if Larkin gets his way, that means veterans' hospitals would close down. Vets would be forced to pay more for prescriptions, and millions would lose the benefits they've earned. Matt Larkin, reckless, dangerous, totally out of touch.
Did you know people 65 or older make up 12% of the U.S. population but consume 34% of all prescription drugs? Protect yourself and your aged loved ones from prescription errors. Always read labels carefully to avoid mistakes. Ask your pharmacist if over-the-counter medicines conflict with your prescriptions, and never skip doses or take more than is prescribed. This message sponsored by Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington. Call 1-800-572-4459 for prescription assistance.
Hey there. I wanted to let you know I'm choosing Ann Hesberg for Chelan County Commissioner, and why. Now, you may have noticed Ann's running as an independent. That's because she is, in the best sense of the word. Ann thinks deeply about issues and looks at tough subjects from all sides. She asks questions, looking to add light to an issue, not just heat. And Ann really, truly listens. She cares. Ann has my vote because her voice represents all of ours.
Paid for by the Committee to Elect Ann Hesberg.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. This is the last weekend of the Haunted Museum at the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center in Wenatchee. Tickets are $15 each. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz talked with Haunted Museum Director Mark Belton about what visitors can expect this year, including a rare trip into the museum's basement.
In the past, the ones that have been held here at the museum have been heavily themed, and this year I wanted to take it back to kind of some more old school style haunted houses, and so each area is a distinct, different theme, really playing a lot off of your senses. So, you know, it starts with digging through all of the parts and pieces we have and figuring out what we can do and what we can buy, and then we developed it room by room. I pulled in a lot of old school haunters that have done this for years in the valleys and picked their brains, and we came up with what we have today.
People want to be scared. That's the cool part about it, and they're going to be scared. But I like the idea that you're kind of on your own as you go. If you get to a point where I really want to go to the next part, you can kind of just do that, right?
Exactly, yep. It's completely self-guided. So our scares are set up to keep you moving in the general direction, and we do have security throughout that always helps, and will hopefully scare you enough to keep you on the move. You know, I will tell you, our biggest goal is to see, you know, can you make someone scream for their mom? That's always what we're looking for. You can end in the parking lot. This year we've added kind of a scare garden. So we have Wenatchee Valley Brewing has offered beverages. We will have a coffee cart there some nights and a food vendor some nights. So even if you don't want to come through the haunted house, you can come and still support the museum. One of the only ways that you get to see the basement of the museum is during the haunted museum. So we will take you down to the depths. All right, in this area, it'll be challenging for the camera, but you have to weave your way through. All right, and then you come on into our version of a swamp. This part we will be adding smoke to. And then you make your way through the body room.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast, and nothing scary about our weather today. Boy, just a beautiful fall day all across North Central Washington. Lots of blue sky out there. We did see a bit of mid-level clouds as well, a breeze too, in fact even windy in some locations, but all in all a pretty nice day. Unofficially today we almost got to 60 degrees in Wenatchee, 59 at the airport. 54 is our normal high temperature for this time of year. Our record 71 degrees set back in 2003. 37 our low this morning, and that is exactly where we should be for low temperatures for this date. Our record low for the third straight day back in 2020 at 24 degrees. Sunrise 7:37 this morning, and it sets for us tonight at 5:51. Remember, next week we're turning those clocks back, so our sunset will be a lot sooner than it is right now. Enjoy the light out there. Tomorrow's high temperatures almost identical to today. A lot of us will be flirting with 60 degrees, including Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, right here in Wenatchee. Beautiful day in Ellensburg at 58 tomorrow. Also Kashmir checking in at 58 and 58s all the way up the Highway 97 corridor into Omaha, where Okanagan County, you're going to see a nice day tomorrow as well. Tonight we can expect high pressure. It's trying to hold on. It's right now into the midsection of the Rocky Mountain region, and it's keeping a lot of the clouds at bay, at least for now. Still some shower activity tonight in northwestern Washington. That could come our way, and you see that by Friday morning. And then by Friday early in the morning, we expect some rain showers with mostly cloudy skies by afternoon. You can see most of that will end in the afternoon. Highs tomorrow, as we mentioned, for Football Friday, almost near 60 degrees. On Saturday, not a bad start to our weekend. Partly cloudy skies, seasonal temperatures. A few clouds will roll in ahead of a big storm, mid to upper 50s for high Saturday. And then here it comes. One area of low pressure will skirt across southern Canada. Here's our main low, and that'll bring clouds and showers our way throughout Sunday. Lots of wind, too, as we talked about, gusts around 30 miles an hour, highs in the mid 50s. For Halloween, I wish it was going to be nicer. We're going to see plenty of wind for Halloween, too. A 50% chance of rain. Temperature-wise, not so bad, with highs Monday in the mid 50s. Getting you into Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies, isolated showers. The big news, a lot of northerly air moving down from the Gulf of Alaska, and that's really going to cool us off. Highs you can see on Monday only about 50, and even cooler than that on Wednesday. Not ruling out an isolated shower right over north central Washington. The big news, though, will be cooler air with high temperatures on Wednesday only in the upper 40s. And look at the blue sliding all the way down into northern Arizona. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. We can expect tonight's lows into the mid 40s, 44 degrees. Rain overnight and then early tomorrow morning with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon. Nice temperatures, 59 for Friday, 57 as we start off our weekend on Saturday with partly cloudy skies. And then that bigger weather system moves in on Sunday, a 70% chance for late afternoon and into evening showers. 57 your high on Sunday. For Halloween on Monday, breezy conditions, a 50-50 chance for rain and 55 degrees. And then as we get you into the first and middle part of next week, we will experience much cooler temperatures. Breezy on Tuesday, isolated showers in 50, and then some more shower activity Wednesday and cooler. 48 our high and 34 our overnight low. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
As the sun sets on another hot summer, let the experts at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa winterize and close your pool. Closing your swimming pool is the most important service to get right. Letting the professionals from Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa close your pool will ensure that you won't cost yourself thousands of dollars in damage next year. Want to save a little money? Consider dropping the water level yourself and save. Don't wait. Blue Lagoon's pool closing schedule is filling up quickly. Call today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. The college football weekend gets an early start for the Cougs tonight in Pullman. Washington State hosts number 14 Utah at Martin Stadium. Cougs are coming off a bye after losing 2 straight to USC and Oregon State. The Utes coming off a 1-point win over USC and a narrow loss to UCLA. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock. That's on FS1. The rest of the Northwest teams will play on Saturday, with Eastern hosting Portland State at 1 o'clock. Central Washington takes on 20th-ranked Texas A&M Kingsville. The Huskies have a bye. Well, the high school football schedule also kicks off tonight here in North Central Washington. We're looking at the B schools here. Regular season wraps up with Oroville and Manson. Tonasket travels to Lake Roosevelt. Bridgeport plays at Etihad. Those all kick off at 7 o'clock. So too do Waterville, Mansfield, and Liberty Bell. Now this is a playoff game on the plateau tonight. Tomorrow night features the big game to determine the CWB League Championship between Brewster and Okanagan. That's at 7 o'clock. We will be at Lee-Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl tomorrow night for West Valley and Wenatchee. Grant and I will team up for your play-by-play from Lee-Bofto Field to the Apple Bowl starting at 6:30. We'll get a complete preview of that game coming up tomorrow here on the news and Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, the Seahawks host the resurgent New York Giants Sunday at Lumen Field. Giants lead the NFC East at 6-1, thanks in large part to the play of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley and their running game. Coach Pete Carroll says having a strong rushing attack is key to any team's success.
It's always been important. It's just that other things drew the attention of, kind of the following and the media and all that stuff. It's never not been, it was never of less significance because it's how the game works. And so last year the teams that finished on the top of the top of the heap all ran the ball well. And that's just kind of how it goes. So I'm not giving you that one, but it's obvious that there's some teams that are really running it well. I mean, there's some tremendous averages, out there and stuff, team averages, and these guys are averaging over 5 yards a carry, and you can see in this team in particular, the quarterback really enhances that. He's got 300 and something yards or whatever already. He's got a ton of yards. He's a big factor in their game, and it makes the rest of their running game effective too. So it's a big challenge for us.
Saquon Barkley is back after suffering a devastating knee injury. Carroll says he is about as good a runner as you'll see.
He has everything, he's got power and he's got speed and he's got tremendous elusiveness and his tackle breaking ability is, as good as anybody that plays the game. And so he poses the ultimate threat. A really good catcher, coming out of the backfield. I think he's their leading receiver as well. And so they're using him in every way that they can, and it makes it really difficult. He's got real style. He's got real style about him. He's got great flexibility and his lateral movement is tremendous and his burst is great. So this is as hard as it gets.
Quarterback Daniel Jones is New York's second leading rusher behind Barkley. Quandre Diggs says he's done a very good job of protecting the football.
You be patient, the plays that you're supposed to make, they'll come to you, and he's been really good about protecting the ball this year and, scrambling when he has space to do his thing. And a lot of people really sleep on his athleticism with running and making big plays off the scrambles. But he's been doing a great job. I think for me is just staying patient as much as I can and not try to force anything. I mean, as you guys seen, I don't have any interceptions, but I'm not going to go force anything. I mean, those plays are going to come, and when they do, you go take advantage of them. And when the opportunity presents itself on Sunday, then hopefully I'm there to go take advantage of it. But you play your normal game. You don't expect to go out there and jump something that, that's not there. Because when you start creating stuff in your mind, that's when bad things happen.
Last weekend's win over the Chargers featured a breakout performance by wide receiver Marquise Goodwin. He and Quandre Diggs played college ball together in Texas, and Diggs says he's not surprised by Goodwin's performance.
Shoot, I've been around Keith since 2011, long time. Think about it, 11 years. And he's always been a guy that's been a playmaker. I think if we had a freaking great quarterback in college, he would have been a star. You know, I mean, everybody sees his speed, but, you know, from blocking to, you know, Keith has one of the biggest hits that I ever seen anybody hit a safety or like a linebacker in college against UCLA, like killed a guy, you know what I mean? But Keith is just one of those guys that, like, he works, he plays his role well, he blocks, you know, he's a great locker room, great veteran guy. I remember when I came back, you know, he had the young receivers, and I was rehabbing, but he had the young receivers out there catching balls with him on the jug machine. That's just the type of person he is. Like, he's just one of those people that you want by your side. And, you know, I was super excited when we signed Keith. I remember coming up here and they were like, we trying to get Keith. And I texted him like, bro, come, you'll love it. Like, you'll love this place. Like, it's perfect for you. So I'm super excited for him. You know, we sit by each other on the bench. We was just talking, just chopping it up. And it's like, you see it, you just get excited for people that, you know, like, that you really love and, like, care about it. He's one of those people that I've always kind of, like, admire him just because of his dedication to football, track, you know, being a dad, whatever it is, you know, he's always, you know, he's done it to the best of his ability.
With New York's ability to run the football, Seattle's defense will certainly be challenged. Defensive coordinator Clint Hurt says improvements over the past couple of games has had a lot to do with repetitions and trust.
To me, the biggest thing is just taking time for guys to understand, you know, everything that's been going on. In terms of just who's fitting where, the trust factor, being on the same page, and it's like, okay, well, you had a whole spring for that, you got a whole training camp for that. It's different than being in a game. It's different than communicating, you know, in our stadium with our fans to get those things done. So it's been a little bit of a process, but we've taken great strides the last 2 games. Not taking anything for granted. We got to continue to take that one step at a time, one game at a time, and don't take for granted that that's automatically going to happen. Just got to keep working.
Seattle and New York kick off at Sunday at 1:25. That can be seen on Fox. Seattle Kraken back on the ice tonight in NHL play. Vancouver comes to Climate Pledge Arena, still searching for their first win on the season. Kraken 3-3-2, coming off a big win over Buffalo 2 nights ago. They'll drop the puck at 7 o'clock. You can see that on Root Sports Northwest. Fall sports season winding down, including in the pool. Yes, day 1 of the Big 9 district meet got underway in Moses Lake earlier today. It will continue tomorrow. Runners also gathered at Franklin Park in Yakima for the Big 9 District Cross Meet. We'll hopefully have results tomorrow here on the NCWLIFE channel. Tiebreaker game tonight in Caribou Trail League soccer between Omaha and Quincy. That's already underway in Chelan. Rest of the soccer schedule as Pateras at Brewster. Bridgeport's hosting Liberty Bell. Wenatchee celebrates senior night tonight in the Apple Bowl. Eisenhower is the guest, and Eisenhower, by the way, had some busing problems. They had to move that game time back to 8 o'clock. Also, a few volleyball matches last night as Antioch swept Easton. Manson topped LaConner, and Waterville Mansfield took down Cascade Christian 3-9. Coming up today, Chelan's hosting LaConner. Quincy plays at Kittitas, and Okanagan hosting Brewster. Pateras travels to Moses Lake Christian tonight at 7 o'clock. Ephrata visits Prosser at 6:30. Eastmont celebrates its seniors tonight at home against Davis at 7. Wenatchee finishes regular season at Eisenhower, also at 7 o'clock. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks very much, Grant. On the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we're talking about the Day of the Dead, Tuesday, November 1st. Rosa will be my guest, and you're going to explain to folks what exactly goes on here at the museum on Tuesday, November 1st, right?
Yeah, definitely. We're going to talk about all the different activities, all the different vendors that we'll have, and kind of the meaning and significance behind the event.
Day of the Dead. In other words, it's about my career. I'm kidding. Everybody's invited on Tuesday the 1st. You're going to learn all about it on the next edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find it on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us, and have a great night. News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.